For the home stretch, we have a singer, a songwriter, a producer, and a talent manager in the person of Abisagwola Oluseun John. Everyone knows him as Bankulli. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you for inviting me.
First of all, let's start with that Bankulli. What does it mean?
Well,
It sounds just sounds like kuli kuli in my ears.
Exactly. That's what came to my mind.
what happened was that my undergraduate days in University of Ibadan, 100 level, first week in the university, they were playing football, Teda Hall, one small space. And I went down as a regular student to go and play football with them. On getting there, and I dribbled one person mistakenly, and the person slid on the floor, and somebody just felt like, who is this Bankulli? And he just talked like that, and they all forgot my first name, and they started calling me Bankulli, and I just like, okay, it sounds fresh, sort of, but I don't know. But he just talked like that all the years.
Is that what you do in the University of Ibadan?
Behave yourself. Behave yourself.
Just give yourself names like that?
Behave yourself.
Well, it was very spontaneous, as you can, as I've said.
University of Ibadan is still one of the best universities.
It's the best. It's the greatest.
So that's what you do. That's what you're saying. Just say.
Oh, children should not play football.
I'm just drop a name like that, and then it's anyway. Let's go to the music.
He's feeling out of place. Don't mind.
Of course, greatest UI.
Top UI.
Yes, ma'am. Taxi.
Mr. Adekalu, they are promoting something here. You need to surcharge.
It's education, University of Ibadan, and it's the greatest. It's the greatest.
Thank you.
Oh, you don't know there's a rivalry between University of Ife.
Are you now the interviewer of this program? For what exactly?
I'm trying to make you realize we are tag team. Greatest and greatest UI. That's it. Sorry.
As I was saying.
Okay, sir.
You may wish to remove your things. Yes, Bankulli.
I like your energy.
He was saying, how did you get into music? Is that where you were going?
No, face yourself. Face yourself.
Okay. Well, music has been part of my family. My dad was the choir master of the church. My mom, most especially, she's late. And I remember very well, she would pick up a ruler and a cassette player, slot in 1 hour tape, and she would start singing melodies when we were very small while cooking. So we were always like there. She would pick Bible verse, Genesis chapter 1. We use that as chorus, sing. Just my mom, and we watch her every time. My dad, choir master of the church. So naturally, we have to be member of the choir. So from there, learn how to play music instruments, learn all the rudiments of being a choir, the discipline, and what have you. And I remembered when it was time for me to go to the university, and I was so much into music. My dad was a disciplinarian, a teacher, and I had a one-on-one discussion with him about, so what's the next thing to do? And I'm like, I love music. It's like, you can't do music. The only way you can do music, you have to be a graduate.
So what did you graduate in?
I graduated zoology. I did science. And before I even get to that...
No wonder you were part of the Lion King soundtrack.
I think it's, like I said...
Is it because of the zoology part?
I think it's the universe. There's a way this whole thing just...
Tell us how that came to be for you.
Okay, I was in LA. I was in Los Angeles to have a meeting with someone, a friend, Kanye West. And while I was there, the opportunity to work with Lion King showed up because one of the people working behind the scene on that project noticed I was in Los Angeles, and they were in between them internally. They were looking for someone to do some African chants and to sing, in that African dialect. And she told them that, oh, wow, the person you're looking for is actually here in LA. You don't have to fly me. And that was how they reached out to me, and I went to them, and by the special grace of God, I was able to deliver what they were looking for.
You did a chant?
Yeah, on a song with Beyonce. So it's just me and Beyonce.
Can you do a little bit of that chant, please?
We will not put echo in your voice here.
No, you have to. You know the way choir. You have to know how to sing that. Right? So kale wa. wá wọnú ọkọ̀ mi lọ, Olúwa. Because of the kind of music they gave me. The storyline there's everything is well patterned. Simba, the young lion, was faced to the wall. And they felt, how do you describe the scenario where he's faced to the wall? So my own interpretation is that when we're faced to the wall, you can't go left or right, you look up, God, help me.
Yeah.
So I'm calling, God to come to intervene in that situation. And it just blended with what they put in front of me.
Interesting. I'm wondering how I'm trying to imagine the look on Beyonce's face when she's hearing that.
Hey, well, number one, I think easy.
My brother.
Watch your teeth. Don't go and swallow your tongue.
Excuse me.
Well, some might be wondering why we're not, playing that song. We do have it, but then of course, there are so many considerations to go into that. Now, Bankulli, before you got to that level, you have worked far and wide among the music industry in Nigeria, helping to build one of the labels and the rest of that. The challenge that someone like me have seen, and she also would attest to it, having been in broadcasting for so many years, seeing the evolution, the rise and the fall, and the maybe stability or not of the music industry in Nigeria, especially as an industry and not just performers. What are the challenges that you have seen?
Well, most of the time, I always run from blaming the government. But this time around, I was sort of try to just remind people in government that private sector thrives by the support of the government. When I mean support, it's not monetary support, but policies that will give enabling environment.
What kind of policies have you?
Well, laws are moribund, laws that protect people's rights, that even, that stands to back the industry. Because whether you like it or not, entertainment industry in Nigeria has been one of the major factors that has been able to shape the name of Nigeria in terms of perception. When you have a lot of Nigerians that sings now, I'm talking of example, Burna Boy. Burna Boy is streaming close to almost 1 billion songs around the world. Do you know what that is? You have Davido, Whiskey, Tiwa Savage, Rema, so many people like that. Notes, Malik Berry, Skepta, who is from Abeokuta. And they're all, they are kings around the world. And it has been able, music that they've been chunking out has been able to unify a lot of people around the world, including people from other cultures and Nigerians. So whether you like it or not, music is big deal. Entertainment is big deal. I believe government should tap in. They've not really tapped into it. Most of the time, it's always for them to have fun, do parties or political rallies. But beyond that, it's really business. You have Rema. Rema is not even up to 22 years or 25 years. And is known across the world. And it's from Nigeria. It's from Edo State. You understand what I'm saying? So I believe it's majorly the support of government. When we talk of support of government, U.S. government doesn't 100% put money, but they support all the structures that holds entertainment. Example, National Art Theatre. Example, all those activities that gives people of lower class opportunity to be able to showcase their talent and become, successful entrepreneurs. Yeah.
Well, getting into the music industry is pretty easy, some would say. But then there are those who also believe, music producers like yourself, who will look like, wait a minute, you love music. You'd better be listening to it than producing it. Have you had to advise people like that? You like music, you want to sing, but you don't have what it takes.
Like I always tell people, you must be truthful to yourself. Number one, you must recognize you have talent. Number two, how do you actually get discovered? Has to start from your house.
Please tell him he can't sing.
I don't want to say that because I've not really assessed.
Thank
you.
He was trying to sing.
Thank you.
No, that one was he was trying to flex, but it's
Thank
okay.
you.
Yeah.
Let's man to man. Let someone not get into the conversation.
Okay.
We're not talking UI right now. We're talking man to man. You know what I'm saying?
But I will always be.
Benny.
Okay. Let me face you. Okay, like I was saying, number one, you must recognize yourself. Not people telling you that you are talented. And not just that, there's something I always tell people, education. If you feel you're talented, or you know how to cook, or you know how to play football, you need to understand the process and all the intricacies, that everything that surrounds information about what you do. And also, if you want to be discovered, you have to be discovered in your house, within your family. They must be able to tell you, stop singing in the bathroom, or why are you singing with your nose, and stuff like that. And you must be able to accept all those the critics. Like I always tell people, from your family, from your neighbors, from your street, from your church, from wherever organization, your school, you must go through that process. Somebody will tell you the truth or lies or whatever.
So it's now up to you to accept it or not.
No, you have to. I mean,
because I've had examples, Alero. Some people will bring a song into the studio and say, boss, this is the star song. This is the hit song. An example is Alariwo's number of songs. He says he called himself the crossover king at the time. Yeah. So he came with a song that was actually a crossover song, lovely song and all of that. But guess which one we played the most? Yawa Go Gas.
Yeah.
Because it resonates with
because that one was more, it looked more like it. It felt more like it for a good number of broadcasters who were playing the song at the time. But sometimes people come and say, this is the song, and then you as talent manager are trying to veer the person off of the course that they have chosen for themselves. How easy is it? Has that been for you?
Okay, when it comes to that part, that aspect is called A&R, artist repertoire. And back in the days, they always use instinct. I will make an example. When I came across Don Jazzy and the band, I've worked with them in the past, and they wanted to come to Nigeria to promote a song. The song they actually wanted to come and promote, if I sing the song for you, you will laugh. All the way, all the way, because it was sounding like Hair Guides back in the days. Those were the songs that were raining. The picture they had from London was totally different. But on their way to Lagos, they played other songs to somebody called DJ Abbas. He said, let me play track 2. He played track 2 and he heard Tongolo, Tongolo. Abbas now told them there's something special. There's something different from Tongolo. I think I'll prefer you push Tongolo. And they were still skeptical. In fact, they were coming to Nigeria to shoot the video for all the way, all the way. But when they got to Nigeria, they were like, everybody is feeling this Tongolo. We played it for Bankulli, we played it for few people. And they're like, okay, let's stick to that Tongolo. And look at what Tongolo has been able to do for them. And also for the industry, it has opened up, it has given people different opportunity to be able to see things in different light, check different sounds, and here we are today. So it is instinct, but nowadays it is not just instinct. It has to also do with data and information.
Okay, let me take you back a little bit. You spoke earlier that you were in LA and you went to see a friend, and you dropped the friend's name. You went to see Kanye West.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you worked with his wife.
Not his wife.
I'm sorry, you worked with Beyonce.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Now, tell us about that experience of working with Beyonce.
Hey, well,
while you were visiting with Kanye.
Okay, one thing about that my dad always tell me is that, Sheung, if you want to be good in anything you're doing, you have to be the best of the best. Know the in and out of everything you do, because you will find yourself in some places where all they thrive on is perfection. No excuse. Like coming into your studio, everything looks well, organized, well detailed, Everything looks clean. You understand what I'm saying? So in their own perfect world over there, when it comes to music business, they don't want excuse. They want people that will deliver. And because of my background, especially, I always say from the church, the discipline, we don't do 5-minute song. We memorize, we learn, we'll play music instrument, we do rehearsals, 5 rehearsals within a week before we perform on Sunday. So that strive to have, that hard work, factor was part of it, So me being on that level with them, I have to come with my super A game I didn't say A game. I have to come up with
Super
a
A.
super A game. As a Nigerian, you have to be there and make sure that what you're doing is not a fluke. You are not proving yourself to be a fluke. So that worked for me. And of course, me seeing them too, the way they run their stuff is an opportunity for me to also learn how they do things and try to better that.
I would also assume that you taught them a thing or two.
Well, I brought my culture, I brought my realness, myself. I talk like this. There's no forming. I'm real. I'm like this. I remember one time, I tried to school them about our food and why it smells and stuff like that. And they're okay with it.
Tell me, you didn't.
In fact, I ordered pounded yam and egusi from one Nigerian restaurant in LA called Aduke's Kitchen.
Okay,
and I infected them with it.
And they ate it?
Of course. In fact, they were ordering it. Savage was there.
You'll talk about that when we return from this break. Do stay with us. Very, very interesting one that you're watching there. You featured in this video. Tell us about it.
It's my song featuring Note. Note is named Lukman.
Oh,
he's based in London, but he's always in Nigeria. He just left Nigeria during the Christmas time.
Now, that's one other thing that's done a good thing in Nigeria now. Collaborations, people of like minds always coming together and all of that. Can talk on and on about that one. And of course, one of the issues that usually come out, whose song is it? I'm not so famous. I feature you very, very famous on my song. And then, how does that work? Whose song is it becomes an issue?
Like I always tell people, a lot of people get it twisted. They say music. There's nothing like music. It is either you are singing in your bathroom, or you are singing to your wife or girlfriend, or you are doing music business. And when it comes to music business, there's something they call structure. Music itself, if you do a song is 100%. And within that 100%, everybody gets an allocation of what contribution you've done in that. And that protects people. And it comes with understanding. It's standard. You can't cut it off, including the producer or whoever you feature, or even people that contribute to it. In this case of this song, Note is based in is a Nigerian, like I said. He's based out there and is very popular in London. And I was privileged. It's gracious to get him on that song. And not just that he's going to be showcasing what we're trying to portray out there, but also be able to showcase him to people out here in Nigeria to know that, opportunity to be able to bring people back home. Look at this one, the MMA fighter. Now we all look forward to every of his fight. The same thing with Anthony Joshua. The same thing with Usman. The same thing with so many other Nigerians across the world. So collaboration is always very important. It exchanges, ideas and talents.
Let's talk about using music to push culture, not just pop culture.
Of course.
Now. Using Nigerian music to push African culture or Nigerian culture and making it popular to the world. When you listen to any song by South Africa, you can tell this is a South African song. You listen to an Indian song, it comes with its DNA.
Sure.
But these days, it will look like they're so Aganawana, so to speak, in music now.
Okay.
So, is there a need for us to educate people on the need to use Nigerian music to push Nigerian culture and by that push Nigerian music itself? Or is this something we are doing already or something we need to begin to do?
Okay. That's a very tough question, but I'm going to try and quickly just summarize. I'll pick it like this. We're already doing it. And like I always say, it's just an opportunity to be able to creatively also do more. I think that is what is important for us. I'll take Fela as an example. Fela Adekunle Kuti, when he came back from schooling in abroad, of course, he didn't start Afrobeat that he was performing. He was also doing the music that was reigning back then. Highlife, palm wine music, and of course, he was infusing the jazz that he learned out there. Yeah. And at a point, it started to metamorphose. It started, slowing the beat down, putting more of his warm element of, ons and stuff like that. And we began to see that the picture he was trying to paint with his music is something that is close to us. It's something that it portrays things that was affecting us at that time: political uprising, youth empowerment. People are getting more smarter about what happens in government, and he was talking about that activism. So he graduated from something to something. He painted a picture. At that time, that fella was doing his thing. iLife was still strong too. Fuji was still strong too. Sikiru Ayinde, Barrister, Kollington, Wasiu.
We have 30 seconds.
Okay.
You've talked a lot about the old school generation.
And of course, this new generation, like I'm about to quickly jump in, of course, we're doing it. Don't forget, Nigeria, we have how many dialects, how many ethnic people in Nigeria. It's diverse. We're a diverse country. So you should expect that gospel music will come in different form. Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, Efik, or English, or Pidgin English. And the ability to be able to put different pictures and our background into what we do is what makes us unique as Nigerians,
But creating a unique Nigerian
but we
sound.
can't have one. You can't have one dish of food. You can
So
prepare.
you have to have fufu.
You can have fufu. Fufu have egusi, eforiro, stew, banga. So you have varieties of soup to eat your one fufu.
Okay, well, you both can continue your conversation now. Let me very quickly close this segment. Abisagbola Oluseun John is popularly known as Bankulli. I want to thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Well,
And Bankulli brings Sunrise to a close today. Thank you for being with us, and we hope that you'll be with us again next week. I'm Alera Edu, wishing you all the best and saying, don't forget, stay safe, use your mask, wash your hands, social distance, and if you don't have to go out, please don't go out.
Amayo Makinde, I agree completely with what she said. Please keep safe. Have a wonderful weekend.